Buddha's like sharing this, like pushing this energy forward about achievement. It's like this feeling of mastery, like if I were to put it in super simple terms, it's like achievement of self-mastery. So that's also, he's like basically saying, you asked me to reflect what you're going to take on or what message you're going to share, and he's reflecting that image, which is like achievement of self-mastery. He says, and he's like hands like this, he's like, it's quite simple. To master the self, remove the self, and your work is done. It's like whoop, and he like zips it up like on this line. He's like, to master yourself, remove the self, and your work is done.
Is this something he practiced himself?
He's saying yes.
Like, what would he do in order to remove self?
He's answering you, but this is how he's answering. He's saying, like, do not engage with the battle of conflict and resolution, because the two need each other to survive. There's always, for every resolution, there's always a conflict, vice versa. So it's literally a never-ending, sort of like a dodecahedron, again, collapsing and expanding within itself because of itself. Do not engage in conflict resolution mapping for enlightenment, he says. It is emptying, like self-emptying. Like I see him like just whatever sort of problem that's in your mind or conflict that you're working through, like it's like I see him pulling it up to the surface and pouring it out, constantly pouring. Like empty. It's like a feeling of like I empty myself of that. Like I no longer have identity with it. I no longer resist it either. It's just pouring it out. Like, I don't know how else to put it into words other than like that's literally what he's showing, is pulling everything up through the crown and just pouring it out.
So is it the principle of like forgetting everything? You need to remove yourself completely, your identity, who you are.
Exactly. Empty. Yeah. So, and he's saying like, I don't know what this means or how to expand on it. He's saying the word really big, undying. We strive to keep aspects of ourselves alive, to keep others' beliefs true, and that's the dying process. So there's no transparency there. Complete.
Yeah. So we're always like taking these, carrying just to maintain this like image, so to speak, of ourselves.
Right, because that's what he's showing. Like that's exactly what builds the image, which is not transparency, which is not eternal. It is very mortal and sort of like punctuates mortality. He's kind of like going, tell me a time that you tried to do that and it didn't feel like death. Yes, he's saying like, he's talking about, he literally just embedded his energy into Christ and then vice versa. Because he keeps saying like Buddha is a level of achievement, like it's a level of self-mastery. Yeah, and he's saying like Christ was a Buddha because he had a level of self-mastery where he truly was in his environment but not a product of. We are mostly reacting, so we are a product of our environment. We're breaking that cycle though, he says. But for some reason he wants to highlight that like Buddha means like a level of self-mastery or something, like achievement. It's like a personal achievement of enlightenment. Satori. Satori is like sudden enlightenment. Satori. When you realize, like the sudden enlightenment is when you realize there is nothing to master, you're Buddha. Like you are a Buddha. But when we're running around chasing, like mastering our emotions, mastering this, we're still in the game of the ego. And Buddha's saying, like, when you realize there's nothing to master, you end the fight. Like you lay down the sword. You like, he's literally showing, like, you calm the wolves, you invoke the angels, and he's talking about, like, the wolves are you, the angels are also you.
Yeah, but you also said when you realize that there's nothing to master, you become Buddha.
Yeah, you that's like the sudden enlightenment. Because you literally collapse all inner conflict. That's the process of forgetting everything, unbecoming what you thought you were, undoing all of it, undying.
It's huge.
Undying it, yeah, because it's a continual process. There's no stop. Versus
if you are undying, like lasting forever, you become everything.
Exactly. Yeah. And so, and it's so simultaneous though, it's like, because you're unbecoming, like you literally cannot be self-referential, self-motivated. There's no I, me state. You're pure witness awareness. Witness awareness. Witness awareness. He keeps saying that. I say, do you want to say witness consciousness? And he says, no. It's awareness through the witness, the lens of a witness. He just keeps saying, like, be a witness, be a witness, be a witness. Be a witness to your life. Be a witness always, because a witness is just a witness. A witness doesn't have partiality. I said, so why the ego trip then? Why the ego trip? Why are we all here tripping over our own ego all the time on this power struggle with, or power trip with the ego? And he's saying, like, it is energy that is self-destructive, that is not aware of itself as self-destructive. It's not the enemy. It's not to make it out like the enemy, because it gives us, like, the backdrop to see the spotlight, which is us, right? Like, if we didn't have, let's say the ego is black, if we didn't have the black, we wouldn't have anything to shine the light on. So it gives us that, like, polarity mechanism to see truth. So it's not to go into resistance. If you are resisting, you've created a self with what you're resisting, he says. It's, again, like pushing back into witness something instead of judge something, even self, even witness experience versus judging experience. Witness experience versus judging experience. Because he's literally calling you to be present to feeling the difference, also seeing the difference. Like, when you witness presence, right? I'm witnessing this tree. I'm just witnessing it in front of me, instead of judging it and saying, like, oh, it's colorful, it's this or that. If I'm witnessing it, I'm actually in essence with it. I'm in sync, like I'm vibrating with it. Like, exchange can occur at that level, he says. Judgment stops communication, he says. Join our community. You can like and subscribe to this channel to stay in the loop with more content as we share more information. Also, join me online. My website is kimberly-ray.com, and you can find me on social media across the board. Join our community online at kimberly-ray.com. Feel free to submit your questions and join our retreats. We have retreats all around the world every year, throughout the year. Also, if you'd like a one-on-one session, connect with your loved ones, you can join me online as well. Social media across the board, find me on Facebook and Instagram as well. And as always, take good care of yourself and take care of each other. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.